Hello. It is October 7th, 2025, 6:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Believe me, I was not intending to come on here today. I was not feeling good. I told you I have this disease that causes severe fatigue. And yesterday I was so excited and I waited up till midnight hoping for the rapture, right? And today, little disappointed, but mostly I just didn't feel good. And I got renewed inspiration, renewed revelation. It's so awesome how God works. Okay, first of all, I want to start with I just want to remind you, which you probably already heard of, 1 Corinthians 13:9. It says, we prophesy in part and we know in part. And you guys who are watchmen, who are ready and waiting for the rapture, that's who I'm really talking to. Okay, because you're going to understand, I think, how um, we in this community help each other understand different things and share different things, all about the coming of Christ, right? And it's just so awesome how God works, how He wants us to work together like that. He wants us to be unified and seeking more truth as revealed, right? So I believe Joshua, he started this thing rolling, um, and it's a big snowball, right? But I think that most of you might be aware now that something that I just learned like last week, the other day even, and I don't remember from who, but somebody on YouTube brought it out, that the new moon is not, according to the Bible, the new moon was the full moon. Things got changed, just like the calendar got changed, the way things are done got changed. And, the devil has his hand in things, right? Um, it was Pope Gregory who changed the calendar, and we know that the Catholic Church changed a lot of things that Christ had established for the new church, for the Christian church. They made it a lot different, brought in pagan traditions and things, right? I'm not talking all bad about Catholics. I'm just saying it's just a fact. Today they are a little more progressive as far as learning goes, but also with the full moon. So we're under the understanding that the Feast of Trumpets is looking for that sliver of a new moon, but I learned recently from somebody out there that the full moon, new moon in the Bible was the full moon, and it really makes sense, right? And especially when you think about the enemy twisting things, the crescent moon stands for Islam, right? So he changed the full moon that God intended and, changed it to a crescent moon. That's what we're looking for. No, that's not what we're looking for. We were looking for the full moon, and we know that one of the signs is that a blood moon comes, and then, before the rapture, there's going to be a blood moon, and that happened last month, right? So, and God has established the moon for times and seasons. And that's why we call the full moon right now the harvest moon. And harvest, of course, we associate with the gathering, the separation, the wheat from the tares, and the gathering for the harvest of God, which we believe is the rapture, right? Well, so we got that about the moon now, right? Well, many of you have probably seen dreams and visions of people talking about two moons. And I know on Cloud Nine Blessings, I'm sure there's a lot of them out there. And there's a lady, Holly Two Moons, who has a channel named Holly Two Moons. And she has had many dreams of two moons right at the time of rapture. Well, I never understood what the two moons could mean. Now, there was theories. Some of these people thought, well, maybe it's an asteroid or something, right? And now people are maybe thinking it's something like that, 3-eye atlas or something, But this guy that I watched today for the first time, he got it together through the Bible. He got it together. He put these scriptures together, and I have it on my playlist. I put it in my comments on my channel, um, the main page there, and on my playlist. It's his name is. I thought I just wrote it down. Rapture Ready Moon 2025. That's his name, okay? And he did a study, and it's cool because I saw Holly Two Moons talk about, okay, she had a dream that there was two moons many times, but this time, like God gave her more clarification recently, and she saw two moons. I might not be telling it exactly right. You have to watch it to get it exact. But basically, what I remember is two moons, and then they kind of went away out of the picture, and then of one full moon. And she related it to like the moon being a symbol of the stone at Christ's tomb, the stone that covered the tomb. And the stone was there for 2 days and rolled away on the third day. So this guy on the Rapture Ready Moon 2025, he was going with that theory, and he pulled up scriptures, one in particular about the when David was supposed to go see Saul the king, and he said that he would come after 2 days. He would go after 2 days, he would see the king. So that was one of the things. But of course, Christ was in the tomb for 2 days. And then he talked about, anyway, you should just watch it. It was really good. But he really made me think that this is a very good theory here. It's very possible that also, if you think about it, the full moon appears like a full moon for 3 days, the day before and the day after. It really looks the same by the naked eye, like a full moon, and I'm sure that that's the way they probably thought of it in the Bible, because they didn't have telescopes back there then, that could tell that it's just a little bit slightly different, you know. So that's another thing to think about. And also, there is that one Psalm. Yeah, I did jot some of these down. These are the scriptures I jotted down. 1 Samuel 25 is the one about David, when he waited 2 days to see the king, when he was summoned to the king. And then Psalm 81:3, and also 89:37 and 104:19. I think 89:3, I think that's the one where it says, blow the trumpet. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing now, but blow the trumpet, and it says at the new moon, and then it says full moon, at the new moon, full moon. Now in our Bibles, it has a comma, like at the new moon and full moon, because there's a comma. But in those ancient, in the Psalms would have been in Hebrew, they didn't use commas. They didn't have that kind of punctuation, a comma. So it would be the new moon, full moon, the one, it's one and the same thing. The new moon is the full moon. Okay. So I'm going with that. It makes sense to me. I don't remember what the other two are. And like I say, I didn't plan this out real good. I just want to come here real quick to give everybody a little more love and encouragement. Also, it might be, another day or so, but there's other theories out there too. that it could be 10 days or whatever. I don't know. But I do want to encourage you. And you guys have been so awesome encouraging me. And I just thank you so much. I love you so much. And, just keep the faith, stay strong, keep reading. Oh, I want to tell you, I prayed over this guy, that got inspired by his message today. And I prayed about it. I said, Lord, is this right? Good? Is this something, and I also prayed. I got emotional, but I guess I don't know if it was the excitement or like stress kind of getting these YouTubes together and then of course we got this mockers and scoffers. In fact, I'm going to shut off my comments for this one because I'm sick of looking at those people. They're actually subscribed to me just so they can put me down every time, Anyway, I'm sorry I'm not going to put comments, but I know your love is there. You guys, I got what 98%, likes all the time. Thank you. And anyway, you should remember that to like the videos you like because that will counteract any unlikes that go on there, So I love you for your likes and your comments. But I was going to tell you that I did pray. I actually cried some, and I'm not a crier. I'm not a crier. I think that I was really hoping for it to be last night. And anyway, I was crying and I was praying, but then I saw this guy perk me up, and then I prayed about him, and I asked God, for some confirmation if he, why are you making us wait, when we're so ready and we're so expecting and it seems like, we have this figured out, here we are still waiting and I'm sure I'm not the only one that is having emotions through this, right? Some negative emotions, right? And he gave me a scripture. I asked him for a scripture. He gave me a scripture. And the scripture that he gave me is Luke 14. First of all, he gave me Isaiah 14, and it was just more about, I don't even want to read it. It was just about the world being destroyed. So it was confirming that we're about the tribulation that's coming upon us, right? That's what Isaiah 14 was. But Luke 14 7 and 8, verses 7 and 8, it says, Jesus noticed, this was when Jesus was invited to a dinner party, okay? Jesus noticed how the guests picked the places of honor at the table. So he told them a story. He said, suppose someone invites you to a wedding feast. Do not take the place of honor. A person more important than you may have been invited. So he could be telling me that this guy has it, he's like a notch up from me. But he also, what came to my mind was, just the idea of being humble. And it made me think that, for all of us, right? That perhaps God's given us this little more time for us to just be in a humble kind of mode, right? And to stay at his feet in prayer and humility, because perhaps, and I didn't think this way, but when I got that scripture, it did make me think this way. Perhaps we've become a little high-minded um, because we feel so blessed and so special to be the bride of Christ, right? And that might have put a little bit of pride in us, or a lot, even, um, maybe we're, thinking, that we know better than these mockers and scoffers, and, we're closer to God, or He speaks to us more clearly, or we've studied more, or, whatever, those kind of thoughts. And so I'm checking myself on that. That scripture put me in place. Not that I was having a lot of those kind of thoughts, but when I really think about it, perhaps a little bit, And all of you to check yourself for that, right? Stay in prayer. He's still coming. God bless you. I love you so much. I can't tell you how much you guys mean to me, all of your wonderful comments, but this video will not have any. God bless you. Stay the course. We're almost at the finish line.